Welcome to the world of science fiction stories, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe my channel. Enjoy the listening. Relax, human, this won't hurt, alien girl said before starting the procedure. Dr. Lena Sorensen gazed out the window of her remote research facility, taking in the vast expanse of the desolate tundra. As a xenobiologist, she had always dreamed of making contact with extraterrestrial life, but her current assignment studying the hardy microorganisms that thrived in Earth's most extreme environments seemed a far cry from that aspiration. Suddenly, a blinding light streaked across the night sky, followed by a thunderous crash that shook the ground beneath her feet. Lena raced outside, her heart pounding with a mixture of fear and excitement. In the distance, she could see a trail of smoke rising from a crater in the ice. As she approached the crash site, Lena realized that the object was not a meteorite but a spacecraft of some kind. Its sleek, iridescent surface was unlike anything she had ever seen. With trembling hands, she reached out to touch the craft's exterior, marveling at the strange, pulsating energy that seemed to emanate from within. A hiss of escaping air startled Lena as a hatch on the side of the craft opened, revealing a dimly lit interior. Cautiously, she stepped inside, her eyes adjusting to the eerie glow of foreign instrumentation. In the center of the craft lay a crumpled figure, its form obscured by a shimmering, translucent suit. Lena's medical training kicked in as she rushed to the alien's side. She could see that the suit was badly damaged, and a viscous, luminescent liquid seeped from several gashes. Gently, she removed the alien's helmet to assess its condition. The creature's features were strikingly humanoid, with high cheekbones and almond-shaped eyes that shone a brilliant gold. Its skin was a pale, iridescent blue, and a shock of silvery hair framed its angular face. Lena could tell that the alien was in critical condition, its breathing shallow and labored. Torn between her scientific curiosity and her compassion, Lena made a decision that would change the course of her life forever. Carefully, she lifted the injured alien into her arms and carried it back to her research facility, determined to do whatever it took to save its life. As she laid the alien on a makeshift examination table, Lena couldn't help but feel a sense of awe and wonder. She had always believed that humanity was not alone in the universe, but never in her wildest dreams had she imagined that she would be the one to make first contact. With a deep breath, she set to work, knowing that the fate of this extraordinary being now rested in her hands. Lena worked tirelessly through the night, trying to stabilize the alien's condition. She had never encountered physiology like this before, and every passing minute felt like a race against time. The alien's vital signs were unlike anything she had ever seen, and she found herself relying more on intuition than on her extensive medical knowledge. Assessing the damage. As the sun began to rise over the frozen landscape, Lena finally allowed herself a moment of rest. She had managed to stop the bleeding and repair some of the damage to the alien's suit, but she knew that the real challenge still lay ahead. Attempts at communication. The alien stirred, its golden eyes fluttering open. It tried to speak, but its words were unintelligible, a series of melodic clicks and trills that Lena's human ears couldn't decipher. She placed a reassuring hand on the alien's shoulder, trying to convey through touch what she couldn't express in words. Bridging the language gap. Over the next few hours, Lena attempted to communicate with the alien through gestures and rudimentary drawings. She learned that its name was Zephyr, and that it belonged to a species called the Aurelians. Zephyr seemed to understand that Lena was trying to help, but the language barrier made it difficult to explain the severity of the situation. A life-threatening discovery. As Lena monitored Zephyr's condition, she realized that the alien's injuries were more extensive than she had initially thought. One of its internal organs had been ruptured in the crash, and without surgery, Zephyr would not survive. The weight of the decision. Lena agonized over the decision, knowing that she was woefully unprepared to perform such a delicate procedure on an unfamiliar species. But as she looked into Zephyr's eyes, she saw a flicker of trust and understanding. With a deep breath, she steeled herself for what lay ahead. The tense operation. The surgery was a tense and grueling affair. Lena had to rely on her knowledge of comparative anatomy and her own intuition to navigate the alien's strange physiology. There were moments when she feared she had made a wrong move, but somehow she managed to locate the damaged organ and repair it to the best of her abilities. A moment of triumph. As she sutured the final incision, Lena let out a sigh of relief. Zephyr's vital signs had stabilized, and the alien seemed to be resting comfortably. Lena knew that the road to recovery would be long and uncertain, but for now, she allowed herself a moment of triumph. The blossoming of a unique bond. In the days that followed, Lena and Zephyr developed a tentative bond. Though they couldn't communicate through words, they found ways to express their gratitude and curiosity through small gestures and shared moments of silence. Lena marveled at the alien's resilience and the strange beauty of its iridescent skin, while Zephyr seemed fascinated by Lena's compassion and the unfamiliar world beyond the walls of the research facility. Anticipation of answers. As Zephyr's strength returned, Lena knew that the time for answers was fast approaching. She had so many questions about the Aurelians, their technology, and their reason for coming to Earth. But for now, she was content in the knowledge that she had played a small but significant role in this historic moment of first contact. Bridging the communication gap. As Zephyr's recovery progressed, Lena worked tirelessly to establish a more effective means of communication. She scoured her research facility for any equipment that might help bridge the language gap, and finally stumbled upon an old, experimental translation device. The power of translation. With a few modifications and a lot of patience, Lena managed to calibrate the device to interpret the Aurelian language. The first time she heard Zephyr's words translated into English, she felt a thrill of excitement and wonder. Gratitude and compassion. "Thank you, Dr. Sorensen," Zephyr said, its voice tinged with a melodic accent. "You have shown me great kindness and compassion, even though I am a stranger to your world." A budding friendship. Lena smiled, her eyes shining with emotion. "Please call me Lena, and it's been an honor to help you, Zephyr. I've always dreamed of meeting someone from another world, and I'm grateful for this opportunity." Sharing knowledge and culture. Over the next few days, Lena and Zephyr spent countless hours in conversation, learning about each other's cultures and histories. Zephyr revealed that the Aurelians were a peaceful species, dedicated to the pursuit of knowledge and the exploration of the universe. They had been observing Earth for centuries, waiting for the right moment to make contact. The reason for contact. "But why now?" Lena asked, her curiosity piqued. "What made you decide to come to Earth at this particular time?" A sobering revelation. Zephyr's expression grew somber. "Our sensors detected a growing instability in your planet's climate and ecosystems. We feared that if we waited too long, there might not be an Earth left to contact. My mission was to establish a peaceful dialogue with your species in the hopes that we could work together to address these challenges." Reflecting on Earth's future. Lena was silent for a moment, absorbing the weight of Zephyr's words. She had always known that Earth was in trouble, but to hear it confirmed by an alien species was sobering. The growth of a deep bond. As the days turned into weeks, Lena and Zephyr's bond deepened. They shared stories of their families, their dreams, and their fears. Lena marveled at the advanced technology of the Aurelians, while Zephyr expressed admiration for humanity's resilience and adaptability in the face of adversity. A moment of profound gratitude. One evening, as they sat together watching the aurora borealis dance across the night sky, Zephyr turned to Lena with a look of profound gratitude. "Lena," it said softly, "I want you to know that your kindness and compassion have meant more to me than I can express. You've shown me that despite our differences, our two species have more in common than we realize. I believe that together we can build a better future for both our worlds." The power of friendship. Lena felt a lump form in her throat as she reached out to take Zephyr's hand in her own. "I feel the same way, Zephyr. Meeting you has been the most incredible experience of my life, and I know that whatever happens next, our friendship will endure." A hope for the future. As they sat in comfortable silence, gazing up at the stars, Lena couldn't help but feel a sense of hope and possibility. She knew that the road ahead would be challenging, but with Zephyr by her side, she felt ready to face whatever lay ahead. A time of mixed emotions. As the weeks passed, Zephyr's strength returned and the time for departure grew near. Lena had mixed emotions about saying goodbye to her newfound friend, but she knew that Zephyr's mission was far from over. An unexpected arrival. One morning, as they were sharing a meal, a sudden commotion outside the research facility caught their attention. Lena and Zephyr rushed to the window, their eyes widening at the sight of a massive Aurelian spacecraft descending from the sky. The Aurelian delegation. As the craft touched down, a group of Aurelians emerged, their iridescent suits glinting in the sunlight. Zephyr let out a cry of joy, recognizing its crewmates and friends. The Aurelians approached the research facility, their movements graceful and purposeful. A warm welcomes. Lena stepped outside to greet the visitors, her heart racing with a mixture of excitement and trepidation. The lead Aurelian, a tall, regal-looking being with eyes of deep purple, extended a slender hand in greeting. Dr. Sorensen, it said, its voice a melodic hum, I am Commander Zal of the Aurelian starship Celeria. On behalf of the Aurelian people, I extend our deepest gratitude for your care and compassion towards our envoy Zephyr. A gesture of gratitude. Lena took the commander's hand, feeling the warmth and texture of its iridescent skin. It's an honor to meet you, Commander Zal, she replied, her voice steady despite her nerves. Zephyr has become a dear friend, and I am grateful for the opportunity to have played a small part in this historic moment. Zephyr's joyful reunion. Zephyr emerged from the research facility, its golden eyes shining with joy as it embraced its crewmates. The Aurelians gathered around, their voices rising in a harmonious chorus of greetings and well wishes. Praise for Lena's efforts. The Aurelians turned their attention to Lena, their expressions warm and appreciative. They marveled at her bravery and compassion, praising her scientific expertise in navigating the challenges of interspecies medicine. Commander Zal stepped forward, placing a hand on Lena's shoulder. Dr. Sorensen, your actions have not only saved the life of our envoy, but have also laid the foundation for a new era of cooperation and understanding between our species. We are forever in your debt. Preparing for departure. As the Aurelians prepared to depart, Zephyr turned to Lena with a look of deep affection. Lena, it said, I cannot thank you enough for all that you've done. You've not only saved my life, but you've also given me hope for the future of our two species. I want to invite you to come with us to visit the Aurelian homeworld and see the wonders of our civilization for yourself. A moment of astonishment. Lena was stunned by the offer, her mind reeling with the possibilities. She had always dreamed of exploring the stars, but to be invited to visit an alien world was beyond her wildest imaginings. Commander Zal nodded in agreement. Dr. Sorensen, your presence on Aurelia would be a great honor. You would have the opportunity to learn about our culture, our technology, and our vision for a peaceful, collaborative future. In turn, we would have the chance to learn from you and your unique perspective as a human scientist and diplomat. The promise of a new era. Lena turned to Zephyr, her eyes shining with emotion. Zephyr, I am deeply moved by your invitation. The chance to visit your homeworld is a dream come true, and I am honored to accept. I know that this is the beginning of a new era for both our species, and I am eager to play my part in building a future of cooperation and understanding. Commander Zal smiled, its expression radiant with warmth and approval. Excellent, let us make the necessary arrangements. Bittersweet goodbyes. As Lena prepared for her departure, she took a moment to reflect on the incredible journey that had brought her to this point. She thought of her colleagues at the research facility and the bittersweet goodbyes they had shared. Dr. Nakamura, her mentor and friend, had been especially moved by Lena's decision. Lena, he had said, his eyes misty with emotion, you are embarking on a journey that will change the course of human history. You carry with you the hopes and dreams of all who have come before you. Go forth with courage and an open heart, and know that we will be here cheering you on every step of the way. A new adventure begins. With a sense of excitement and purpose, Lena boarded the Aurelian spacecraft alongside Zephyr and Commander Zal. As she stepped onto the sleek, iridescent deck of the ship, she felt a thrill of anticipation run through her. The interior of the ship was unlike anything Lena had ever seen. The walls were adorned with intricate, glowing patterns that pulsed and shifted in response to the movements of the crew. The air was filled with a soft, soothing hum, and the scent of something sweet and alien wafted through the corridors. Zephyr guided Lena to her quarters, a spacious room with a large viewport that looked out onto the stars. I hope you'll be comfortable here, Lena, it said, its voice warm with affection. If there's anything you need, please don't hesitate to ask. A journey through the cosmos. As the ship prepared for takeoff, Commander Zal invited Lena to join them on the bridge. She stood beside Zephyr, watching in awe as the crew worked in perfect harmony, their movements fluid and graceful. The ship lifted off, rising smoothly into the sky. Lena watched as the research facility and the frozen tundra shrank away beneath them, replaced by the vast, glittering expanse of space. Commander Zal turned to Lena, its eyes shining with excitement. Dr. Sorensen, welcome to the beginning of your journey. As we travel to Orlia, we will have the opportunity to show you the wonders of the cosmos. You will see stars being born and galaxies colliding in a dance of light and energy. You will witness the beauty and diversity of life in all its forms, and you will come to understand the true scale of the universe we share. A sense of purpose and direction. Lena felt a sense of awe and humility wash over her. She knew that she was embarking on a journey that would change not only her own life, but potentially the course of human history. She thought of the challenges that lay ahead and the responsibilities that rested on her shoulders. But as she looked around at the Aurelian crew, at Zephyr and Commander Zal, she felt a sense of belonging and purpose. She knew that she was part of something greater than herself, something that had the power to transform the destiny of two species. "Thank you, Commander," she said, her voice filled with emotion. "I am honored to be here, and I am ready to embrace whatever challenges and opportunities lie ahead. Together, we will build a future of cooperation and understanding, and we will show the universe what can be achieved when two species come together in the spirit of peace and friendship." Forging a new path. As the ship hurtled through the vastness of space, Lena felt a sense of exhilaration and purpose that she had never known before. She spent long hours in conversation with Zephyr and the other Aurelians, learning about their culture, their history, and their hopes for the future. She marveled at the technology that powered the ship, at the sleek, efficient systems that allowed them to traverse the cosmos with ease. She watched as the crew worked together in perfect harmony, their movements synchronized and their minds linked in a way that was both alien and beautiful. And as the days turned into weeks, Lena began to understand the true significance of her journey. She saw how the Aurelians looked to her as a symbol of hope and possibility, as a bridge between two worlds that had been separated by time and space. A moment of reflection. One evening, as she sat in her quarters, gazing out at the stars, Lena felt a sense of peace wash over her. She thought of all the challenges she had faced, all the doubts and fears she had overcome. She thought of the incredible journey that lay ahead and the role she would play in shaping the future of two species. And as she drifted off to sleep, lulled by the soft hum of the ship's engines, she knew that she was exactly where she was meant to be. She was a pioneer, a diplomat, and a scientist, and she was ready to embrace whatever lay ahead with courage, compassion, and an open heart. The promise of tomorrow. As the ship approached Orlia, Lena felt a sense of excitement and trepidation wash over her. She knew that she was about to embark on a new chapter in her life, one that would be filled with challenges and opportunities, with moments of joy and discovery. But as she looked around at the Aurelian crew, at Zephyr and Commander Zal, she knew that she was not alone. She was part of a team, a family, bound together by a shared vision of a better tomorrow. And as the ship descended towards the shimmering, iridescent surface of Orlia, Lena felt a sense of hope and possibility that she had never known before. She knew that the road ahead would be long and uncertain, but she was ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. Together with the Aurelians, she would build a future of cooperation and understanding, and she would show the universe what could be achieved when two species came together in the spirit of peace and friendship. A new chapter begins. As Lena stepped off the ship and onto the surface of Orlia, she was struck by the beauty and wonder of the alien world. The sky was a deep, rich purple, and the air was filled with the scent of exotic flowers and the hum of strange, melodic birdsong. She was greeted by a delegation of Aurelian officials, their iridescent skin glowing in the soft light of the twin suns. They welcomed her with open arms, their voices rising in a chorus of joy and celebration. And as Lena looked around at the gathered crowd, at the sea of smiling faces and the glittering alien architecture that rose up around her, she knew that she had found her true calling. She was an ambassador, a bridge between two worlds, and she would dedicate her life to building a future of peace, cooperation, and understanding. The dawn of a new era had begun, and Lena was proud to be at the forefront of this historic moment. With the Aurelians by her side, she knew that anything was possible, and she was ready to embrace the challenges and opportunities that lay ahead. Together, they would build a brighter tomorrow, and they would show the universe the true power of unity, compassion, and hope.